Hi everyone, this is Deb Tim, a Canadian girl, and because of some moves I made in my little fish room, there are some changes that I'd like to share with you. So please stay tuned and we'll have a look. Welcome to my little fish room. I have a few things I'd like to share with you. My betta tanks have been rescaped. You'll get a better look at them in a couple minutes. I also got more pictures printed, some for my fish room wall and some for the giveaway. If you haven't entered, I will leave a link below so you can do so. Here's my 10-gallon guppy tank. All of these guppies are from this one male. He has some very handsome sons, but I think they're close to an even number of males and females. I'm pretty sure some of the females are pregnant too. It's so cool how guppies can populate a tank so quickly. Now, the interesting piece of driftwood I found on one of my hikes, it was covered in moss, but after cleaning it up, it really looks cool in this aquarium. The only plant in this aquarium is floating hogwort. I like the look of it, but I find it makes a mess. Tons of little bits break off covering the substrate, and it always makes the tank look dirty. Next water change, I'm going to remove it. In this 10-gallon, I have a yellow lab holding. It's not often I have a tank open to allow them to spit on their own. It is fun to watch when you have the opportunity. She's pretty close. I can see little eyes looking at me when she faces me. She is very quiet and doesn't move around the tank much at all. Mostly she stays in the rocks or by the plant there. Here are my female bettas in their sorority tank. Now, I lost a couple of them over the last week. I think it was digestion problems. They both looked very bloated. I removed the floating hogwort this week. The girls always seemed to avoid it, and it was making such a mess. The only other tank mate is a pleco, and they're all seeming to do okay with him. This is the only active 10-gallon fry tank I have at the moment. There are about 60 in here. They are super red zebras. There are also 7 yellow labs in here. I had a mom that I stripped during my last water change on the 75 mixed African cichlid tank. She was young, having her first brood. She did very well brooding them until they were free swimmers. I had been keeping an eye on her, and she was getting ready to give them up, so I took them. There were only 7, but they were nice and big. I added them to this tank, figuring they would mix well enough. They're a little bit smaller, but they seem to be holding their own. There is a pleco in here, and Sky, my male betta. He bosses them around and takes his food first, but they don't seem to bother with him. This is my 20-gallon grow out. The yellow lab that gave up the 7 babies, she's in here. I have 2 yet that were in the 60 holding tank. They're the 2 bigger ones, but I don't think I'll keep them. The others are pushing 2 inches and will be ready to go in another few weeks. They are very active, but not showing aggression yet. The funniest thing is the little blue zebras are dancing for the girls already. It's really funny watching these little guys grow up and go through the learning process. I'm sure the disputes over dominance will begin soon. It always makes me feel good when I've had a hand in raising a group of cichlids successfully. Here are my super red empress and the 40-gallon grow out. Now these guys are really looking great. I did remove the biggest male and I took a female as well. At least I think she's a female. I'm finding it very hard to pick females from this group. There are so many showing great color. Their blue heads are coming in really nicely. In this group, I also had a couple super red empress dolphin cross, but so far I haven't been able to peg them yet. I think to do that, I would have to catch them each one by one and have a really close look at them individually. They swim too fast to be able to see them well enough or long enough to make the call. These guys are going to be outstanding when they're ready to go. I could sell them off, but I'm going to wait. I'm not really in any rush. So here is my betta rack with my betta boys. I rescaped each of their little tanks, and now they have a little flower pot and a plant to hide in. On the bottom shelf there is a container full of the hogwort that I removed. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but if I can, I'll use it in my pond. This is the first shelf of my betta rack. On the far left is Marcel, then Sky, Einstein, and finally this is Oscar. Now I just removed the cards for just before I shot this so that they would flare a little for the camera. But they're doing really good and I'm very pleased with them. And this is the second shelf. So first we have Spike, then we have Drago, and beside Drago we have Pickles. And again, I just moved the cards so that they would flare for you a little bit. The little tanks that these guys are in, I like better than the top shelf. The top shelf are about 1.6 gallons, and these ones are 2-gallon tanks, and they're really nice size, and they have such a good construction. I think they're very good quality little tanks. So my guys seem to be doing pretty good too. And on the third shelf we have Splash and Crypto. Crypto is stunning. He's got such vibrant red. And Splash, he has always been one of my favorite. But they're doing great. All the bettas are enjoying having their little cup to hide in. And I'm really happy with how they are all doing. So that rounds up our fish room news for this edition. Now I would like to draw your attention to a wonderful new channel, VARUNA Aquatics. This is not just a new channel, but a new business for this great couple. Heather and Bob began VARUNA Aquatics just last July. Wanting to provide their community with quality stock was what got them started. Living in a small town in New England, their selection was limited to one fish store and a Walmart. Their desire is to provide an excellent option to what's presently available. Not only high quality, but a wider selection than what is offered in their area. Their focus is aquatic pets and continues to grow under their expert care. In the near future, their goal is to branch out into shipping and hopefully be able to ship across the United States. This is another awesome couple in the fish keeping community, well worth getting to know. Please show them some Fish Fam love. Drop by their channel, say hello, and subscribe. Remember, this is how we roll. Until next time, this is Deb Tim signing out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.